What is up, guys? This is Arrow here with another Heart Gold and Soul Silver battle I had with a guy from the chat I went to in the last battle. I forget its name, but I'll have links in the descriptions. So here we go. This is his last battle before he retired, I guess, so I might as well give him one. So I start with my Persian. I go for a fake out, of course. Does a good chunk, about a third-ish, and I go for the taunt, thinking that it would pack DD because I don't know what a lead Charizard would do, but apparently it's Life Orb, so I take an Air Slash to the face, under half, and I try to go for a bite right here, thinking it would do a lot, but it hardly does anything, so that causes me to, I'm going to replace it with Frustration or Return something as opposed to bite, so I die there. I go into God Save the Queen version 3, and just to take any of his special attacks, and since he's down to Blaze, I think he's down to Blaze because he's at a third, that does quite a lot more than he usually did, so I just go for the Toxic. And right here, I take some poison damage, get some lefties off, and then I next go for the Protect, just to scout what he would do, because I'm thinking it's mixed if it's Life Orb, and I was right, he has Earthquake. Plus he takes some more poison damage, so I'm taking care of two things at once, basically. So I switch out and I go into my Kahuna version 2 to take the Earthquake, or the Prism Flame away. Pretty nice. And yeah. Take it pretty nicely. He takes poison damage, and his stuff doesn't really matter. This Slowking's like a variant, like kind of mixed wall. So as you can see, he goes for a Thunder Punch, and it actually takes it pretty well. As I just slack off to let him accumulate more poison damage. So yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, poison damage takes him down. So now it's what, 5-5? Yeah, 5-5. So he goes into his Electabuzz, and I decided to switch out, not to risk anything. And I go into my Tastes Like Chicken version 1 to take Thunderbolt, but I stay in here. He's probably packing Hidden Power, but I thought it would be Hidden Power Ice. But it turns out it is actually Hidden Power Grass, so that was probably one of the not that great of a play for myself, but what can you do? It's the game. So I end up failing, so at least now I know that he has Hidden Power Grass, so I'm going to go into my Totodon to take a Cross Chop, because usually most mixed Electabuzz carry Cross Chop. I'm just going to go for the safe Toxic, not to risk anything, and hopefully he'll force a switch. Plus the poison, plus the Life Orb damage will accumulate for enough turns that he will go down sooner than ever, basically. So I go predicting a Thunderbolt, but he actually goes for a Psychic. I'm not sure if he predicted that on the switch, but if he does, that was a pretty good prediction. So either way, he just takes more poison damage and more Life Orb damage as I get some lefties in my round half. So I go for Protect, scouting the Psychic, and he does do that. And so more poison damage is taken, and of course more lefties damage is taken. So basically, I'm trying to stall him out with Toxic, and I wasn't able to get the entry hazards up. As you can see, my Armaldo is supposed to get entry hazards and Toxic, because it's basically a phasing team slash stall team for Toxic Stall, so it's kind of how that works. And I take the Psychic, I think, really well, and he obviously accumulates more poison and Life Orb. So he's gonna go for a stab Thunderbolt right here. I still do have special defense EVs, even though I took the Thunder Punch well, so as you can see, I took the Thunderbolt not as well, mostly because of the stab and because it's special, so. But luckily I'm able to just slack it off and get past half HP, and I'm about, like, I don't know, like 6/8, 7/8, I don't know, no idea. Anyway, so it's now 4-4, and he goes into his Slaking. Not really sure what it's going to do, so I went to Taurodon just to play safe, because he's my physical wall. He takes that Shadow Claw very nicely, so now that he has Truant, obviously he has Truant, so I can take the opportunity to do something. So, this turn I set up the Stealth Rocks, which tends to be, it's a pretty big factor, but you'll see. Anyway, he goes for the Fire Punch, and I still take it pretty well because I am a physical wall. I go for the Toxic just to capitalize on the fact that he needs to switch before the Toxic accumulates, and that's really what Stealth Rock is for, so pretty simple strategy right there. He decides to switch right now and goes to his Goodbye. And I was thinking this is probably Choice Band or Scarf, because those are the only two variants of Goodbye I see. So I go into God Save the Queen, predicting a switch, I believe. Switch into something else that you'd be a special attacker or something like that. So I protect to scout what he's gonna do. He's probably got Earthquake, but he actually outrages. So I'm still thinking he's Choice Bandit. So I think I decided to go for I go for another protect, trying to scout, but he actually goes for a Dragon Claw, hoping probably because he didn't want me to lock himself in by me just keep using protect and stuff. So yeah, I take this opportunity to go into my Torridon to absorb either the Dragon Claw or the Outrage. And I noticed that he doesn't have, he's been switching moves freely, so I don't really know what item he has at this point. But I take an Outrage fairly nicely. I think I end up living this. Yeah, I do. But I go for a Toxic and miss, which kind of mattered in the long run, but ultimately goes down either way, so you'll see it for yourself. Anyway, I'm just going to leave him in his Death Fodder as he goes for his second turn Outrage. And hoping for the confusion. I don't think he gets it. No, he doesn't. Does he? No, he doesn't. I go for a U-turn here. This is my special variant of Pidgeot, but I go for U-turn basically because I didn't really have any special attacks that could hit him well. Plus, I didn't want to take an Outrage and risk getting another O-Code. So I go into Kahuna to sponge the Outrage. He does a decent job at it. And at this point, I think he's going to be confused. So he's probably going to go for another Outrage or a Dragon Claw. And he goes for a Dragon Claw, and I can just easily slack that off, I believe. Yeah, I do slack that off. And it really isn't as effective anymore because I can see that he has the leftovers right here, which is really unusual to put leftovers on a Goodbye, but either way. But the point is that I can't really stall him out as well because he resists the Stealth Rocks, and I didn't get that Toxic off, and I really have no opportunity to use the Toxic, so it's gonna be really hard to stall him out. But anyway, I just go for a Surf, just get some damage off because there's no other way I can do it. As we both get our lefties up, and I think this turn I just decide to take the Outrage, which I do. I think I'm about to a third-ish because of my investment in defense. But I'm just gonna finish him off with the Surf just so I can get him out of the way because he might cause some problems for other teammates that I have. So yeah. That's pretty much what I do here. And I go into, or no, he goes into Espeon to probably revenge coming with a Shadow Ball or something like that. So I go into D1 Diver to predict that, and he does do that. So I'm not really sure what kind of variant this is, but I do see it's a Calm Minder right now. So I might kind of a misplay and go for a Heat Wave, but yeah, I probably should have went for the U-turn, even though I'm not invested in attack EVs. It's probably still, excuse me, probably still would have done some more damage. So I take the +1 Psychic to absorb it. I was just predicting that Psychic, and I really can't do anything at this point. Like I can't, I could switch again, but he probably will predict that switch, or at least I think he would. So I just take the Shadow Ball, just leave him in. So now it is what is it? 4-3. So I just go into my D1 Diver to get as much damage off as I could, and hopefully take the Psychic. But I realized I have like 4 special defense EVs, but there's no way I'm gonna take obviously a Stab Psychic, so he goes down as well. So I'm kind of out of options at this point. So I have to go into God Save the Queen version 3. At this point, I really didn't think I would have the battle, set in or anything. I doubted I would win it. So I just go protect to scout what he's gonna do. He goes for the Shadow Ball. No idea why. Maybe he was feeling pity, but either way, that was kind of a bad play because it just made things longer. So I go for the Toxic just to get some Toxic damage off, and now it's basically a repeat of what happened with Electabuzz. Some Toxic stalling and Life Orb or Recoil is ideally what I want to do. But obviously I can't really get the Life Orb Recoil at this point because I'm protecting and stuff, and I don't really have enough HP to take any of his moves. So I just keep going for protects. I end up getting, I think, 2 protects in a row. So I go protect, Toxic, and then 2 more protects. And that's enough to take him down. So I was pretty pleased at that point that I had done so well. So I really wasn't too concerned with winning this match. Plus it was his last match, so you might as well give him the win, even though it's an excuse. But anyway, he goes into his Lapras just to finish me off with the Surf, and that was pretty much the game, I believe. Yeah. So good game, Aizen or Matthew, or whoever you want to go by. And I'll check you guys later. So peace out. Hope you like the template.